anybody, and it sure as heck isn't good for our kids. So I'm not going to take a lot more of your time, but when they say push that button, we need to. We need to let them know that these things are important to our students. They're important to the future of our country. If we put dollar signs on our kids' foreheads, we can just sell them out. Only some kids will get an education. Not all of them will. I believe a birthright in this country provides you with a quality education, but our kids won't get it. So thank you for being here, and thank you for all you've said, and let's see what we can do to fix it.
Aired at 3 o'clock, a 5-minute interview, but one of the questions was basically what you just heard today. One of the questions, she says, but you know, I went through all this stuff, and then she says, but you know, how is this really going to impact schools? I mean, you know, a parent might want to walk out with that voucher. And how does that hurt the school? Well, this is the math I gave her, because it's simple math. You know, people think when you get $7,000 a student that you spend $7,000 on each and every student. You don't. It's an average. That third grader clicking along, not needing a whole lot of help, in a very nice classroom, in a very nice building, might only cost about $4,500 or $5,000 a year. That 11th grader, and that's why most of the charter schools don't do high school, that 11th grader who's in AP Physics, who's running track and field, who's on the debate team, who maybe plays in the orchestra, that student maybe costs about $9,000 or more. The language learners that I just told you about coming over from those other awful experiences in countries, add another $1,000 a kid for them because of all the support they need. The special education students, those are the students that will be left behind. Even the governor said, my new rewrite for school funding, we're not dealing with special ed. Well, of course he's not dealing with special ed. Couldn't make it work if he did, because that special ed student might need $12,000 or $13,000 if it's a speech therapist, an occupational therapist, a physical therapist. If they need assistive devices in order to see or in order to hear, could be even more. So when the governor's statewide system gets to set up special designation schools and specify which students they serve, I don't think they're going to pick the expensive kids. So now when parents get the $7,000 check, some of them may choose to walk over to the cherry-picked school. And they'll take the whole $7,000 with them, even though their kid is probably one of those 4,500 kids. Now what's your comprehensive, community-based public school system left with? Less money, the higher need children, and eventually it's not going to be comprehensive anymore. There's not going to be the football teams and the bands and the choirs and the orchestras and the debate club. Might not have 5 or 6 foreign language choices, or 2 or 3, or even 1. And now, where are the rest of the people going to go walk? This boutique system of education the governor is setting up is going to totally take away the comprehensive community schools that we have known in this country. Now here's what we're going to do about it. We are going to get you connected to CapWiz. Anybody in the room already connected to CapWiz? Yay! How hard was it? Easy. Did you get your new alert this morning? There's a new letter on it. It probably came out after you came to work. You got an alert waiting in your personal email right now that says they're putting it on the House floor tomorrow. A new letter's there. Hit your button. The first people that signed up for CapWiz, we got over 2,000 emails to the governor in 1 week. Pretty good, huh? This tool is so easy. It's being provided to us by the Tri-County Alliance. The Tri-County Alliance covers our main 3 counties here, but it's actually an advocacy, nonprofit advocacy for public education. And they bought a tool called CapWiz that makes it very easy to do a couple of things. One, it makes it very easy for anyone who subscribes to it to get legislative alerts. By tomorrow morning, everybody on CapWiz will hear what I just told you about the House Ed Committee. And attached to those education alerts is a take action button. When you get to any, there's multiple ways to get to this page. When you get to this page, all you have to do is walk over, and if it wasn't so high, I would just hit that button. That's all you have got. If I tried it at my age, I'd never get up again. That's all you have to do is get to this page and hit that button. And when you hit that button, you'll not only get legislative alerts, but there will be a letter written that opposes this legislation. And if you like the letter, you just type in your name and address because it's zip code sensitive. The minute you put in your zip code, it goes to your legislators automatically. You don't even have to look them up. And then after it goes, I'll come back to you, after it goes, it will tell you that it got sent successfully. And there will also be one that goes to the governor. We've got it set up so that whatever goes to the legislators go to the governor. And then after you hit the button and send your letter, and you can revise the letter, you can erase it and write your own. I suppose if you support the bills, you could erase our letter in opposition. You could write a letter in support. It's that flexible. And you send it. And after you send it, another page will come up saying your letter got sent, thank you very much. And that gives a space for you to enter another set of email addresses of your very best friends. Those are the other 10 people I told you I wanted you to talk to as soon as you left here today. And you write a little note, and the note will say, you know, dear friend, I just took action on this issue. I think it's important. I wanted you to know about it, so I submitted your name. The first thing that person will get is an email that says, would you like to opt out? If not, here's what you get, but if you want to who are all under 30, read it and say, oh, isn't that nice? And it gets put in the stack. What the stackers really count are the number. The number. And if it's 30, it doesn't matter too much. If it's 130, maybe I better tell my rep about it. If it's 300, I know I better tell my rep about it. When it's 500 or more, which is what Senator Papa George got last week, now it's time to sit up and take notice. Our goal is not 500. Our goal is 30,000 by Christmas. And you may say, wow, 30,000. We've got 10,000 names already on CapWiz. By Thursday night, I will have spoken to over almost 2,000 of you. There were 700 in Rochester yesterday. There were 600 in Royal Oak a couple days before that. I imagine that after we do tonight, there'll be, you know, several hundred here. We're going to be well over between 1,000 and 2,000. If everyone pushes the button and just adds 10 of their friends and family, then that 1,000 or 1,500 becomes 10,000. And if every one of those 10,000 hits the button, it becomes 100,000. And if every one of those 100,000 hits the button and add 10 more, it becomes our million voices. It is not that hard. You just have to remember to go home and hit the button. Here's the sad news. Not everybody hits the button. And not everybody I've sent this to has responded. We have to have a sense of urgency about this, folks, or this is going to happen to us. And if it happens and we haven't hit the button, then when we point the finger, it better turn around like this. If we let public education go in this state, we are the ones letting it go. And I ask you, if anything we've said today has caused you concern, I ask you to have your voice and the voice of 10 others you know join this effort to let Lansing know enough is enough. Our children are not for sale. Thank you very much for your time. So here's how we tie up. There were no tables in the back, so there are handouts by that door, by this table, and by that door. One handout is a card that has at the bottom of it the website for Tri-County Alliance. Now, a lot of people have said, oh, it's hard for me to remember Tri-County Alliance. Isn't there some simpler way for me to get there? So we created a simple way for you to get there. It's called millionmichiganvoices.com. So either go to tricountyalliance.org or millionmichiganvoices.com and you will get it right there. Follow the big red arrow. Hit the button. That's your assignment for tonight. The other thing I have for you are the legislative alerts that talk about all of these sorts of things. If you'd rather call your legislator, we have a phone script on the back. If you'd rather write your own letter to your legislator, we have a draft letter. So for those of you who have no questions, who are ready to leave, take these cards and 9 others to give to your friends. We're going to let you quietly leave. For those of you that have questions, I'm here till 6:30 for the repeat performance. So I'm here as long as you need me to be here for questions. Okay? So we're going to try to do 2 things at once. Answer questions and have people leave quietly. Are there any questions out there? No. I'm so glad you asked that. Tri-County is providing this